Do you feel like your ads hold the viewer's attention all the way through? And if not, or if you're not sure, I have a secret for you, and it's called story loops. Story loops are a powerful tool that you can use to keep your audience engaged and curious throughout your whole video. And in 2 minutes, I'm going to give you an exact story script idea that you can use for inspiration for a script for your brand. But first, why do story loops work? It's all based on the psychology of gap theory. Gap theory is the psychological concept where our brains are wired to seek resolution. Resolution to a mystery, resolution to a tension or a conflict. They want to, this is where the name comes from, fill in the gap of our knowledge that's presented. When we realize there's something we don't know, we want to know the answer. This is why story loops are so effective. So by introducing an open question or a mystery or something curious at the beginning of your video, you end up holding the viewer's attention all the way to the end. So how can you use story loops in a healthcare or wellness ad? So the first thing to do is start by thinking about the main problem that your product or your service solves. Then create an open mystery or question that teases the solution, but doesn't give away too much too soon. So here's that example I talked about. Let's say you're promoting a new line of vitamins that help with energy. You open on a shot of a person laying on their back in the middle of their living room. You hold on the shot, and this opens up the story loop question for the viewer. Why is that person laying there? Your brain wants to know the answer. You want to know the answer. The viewer's leaning in a little bit, and we've bought a couple more seconds of their viewing time. Then present a question like, what if you could get the energy you need to tackle anything life throws your way? This actually closes the first loop for the viewer because they think, oh, this person's laying there because they're tired, they're lacking energy. And at the same time, it opens a new loop for them because they have to stop and ask themselves, am I lacking energy? That's the question that was presented. Do you lack energy to tackle things in your day-to-day life? If they think no, perfect, they're not your right audience and they go off on their way. But if they say yes, we've opened a new story loop again because they want to know the answer. How do I get the energy that I'm lacking? It's at this point that you begin to drop in things about your product. But remember not to give the full answer away too soon. You can keep your audience engaged by slowly revealing aspects of your product. And because you've bought this extra viewing time with them, you can present a picture of what a life with energy looks like. And you're storing those images of a great outcome in their mind attached to your brand. And then wrap it all up with a call to action, and you have an ad that uses the psychology of gap theory employed through story loops. So next time you're creating an ad, remember this trick about story loops and try and use the psychology of gap theory to keep your audience engaged.